We need you right now, Lord. I said we need you right now, Lord.
April 27, 2015 begins with great expectations. Perhaps the funeral for Freddie Gray can, at least for a short while, keep simmering tensions in Baltimore City from boiling over.
The whole world is watching.
But even before Freddie Gray is taken to his final resting place, Baltimore police commanders receive word. Social media is abuzz with talk of a purge, hours of lawlessness and unrest, fictionalized by Hollywood, about to come to life. On Liberty Heights Avenue, shortly after school lets out, tension is visible and palpable.
There they go.
In the first sign this may be the day's reality, young people rush to the 7-Eleven across from Mondawmin Mall and begin to loot it. A skirmish line forms, and police officers soon become targets. The kids throw whatever they can find: stones, rocks, bricks, and concrete. Dusted off riot gear adorns officer after officer.
It's young people that are just wreaking havoc here.
A tactical unit vehicle circles the area, also becoming a target. The violence fans out.
Obviously, it's a large group of people spread out over a pretty significant area. Our officers are deploying as quickly as they can.
It's, total chaos up here.
By 4 o'clock, a Baltimore City police officer is seriously wounded. His colleagues ferry him to safety.
They're still attacking them as they're trying to get him out.
Police launch tear gas in an effort to disperse the crowds and protect themselves.
They have broken bones. One of them is unresponsive. This is not okay.
This is just ongoing and it's not stopping.
Soon, the chaos moves west to Pennsylvania and North Avenues. Dozens of people empty out a CVS pharmacy.
Doors open, so I'm sure the officer that was in there is out.
A transportation authority car set on fire. A check cashing business looted. A city police car destroyed as some jump on top and take pictures. Protesters target a liquor store and a phone store.
Look how they're standing, if you want to call it, guard in front of the store and trying.
The Nation of Islam steps in to protect lives and property. And then the anchor business of Northern Pennsylvania, that ransacked CVS, begins to burn.
They just set the CVS on fire.
Around 7:30, Mondawmin Mall becomes the next frontier for looters.
It's just an awful sight to see this.
And another vehicle burns.
Smash and grab here at the Rite Aid store.
The crowd turns on news crews covering the story.
Hey, we got to get out of here.
Okay. Okay.
Photographer.
Around the same time, in a moment that harkens back to the 1960s, an army of clergy members march up North Avenue in an effort to fight fire with faith. The mayor of Baltimore holds her first news conference.
Too many people have spent generations building up this city for it to be destroyed by thugs.
It is now more than 4 hours into the unrest. Governor Larry Hogan and the National Guard assemble at Maryland's Emergency Management Center.
I have declared a state of emergency at the request of Baltimore City.
Shortly before 9, a major fire erupts on the city's east side, a senior center under construction. It's unclear what ignited it. Weary from grief, Freddie Gray's family makes a plea for peace.
I want y'all to get justice for my son, but don't do it like this here. Don't tear up the whole city, man, just for him.
Even gang members from opposing factions unite and echo Gray's family.
This is the Bloods right here. This Bloods. We got the Pyrus over here and we got Bloods over here. We stand as one though. We're one right now.
It's Black Men United.
As the day comes to an end, there are few certainties.
Tell them read this for me.
The next night will bring a citywide curfew, and a new chapter in Baltimore history will need to be written.
This is one of our darkest days as a city.
It's one of the more ubiquitous images of the Baltimore riots this spring. The CVS at Penn and North set on fire April 27th, and the man the feds believe did it pleaded guilty this morning in court. Focus 6's Brian Kubler now has more on today's plea.
Charlie, if the federal judge agrees with the plea, 24-year-old Raymond Carter will spend 4 years in federal prison for burning down that CVS. But it wasn't just the video, investigators say, that did him in. This corner looks bare now, almost clean. On the surface anyway, the northeast part of this intersection is no longer charred by the scars of looting, rioting, and fire. The burned-out shell of this CVS was wiped away by demo crews a few weeks ago as residents looked on, snapped pictures, and reflected on the possibilities of new beginnings.
This is hope. This is hope. Some cities could have turned their back on this and said, CVS, the city could have said, no, we're not putting anything back here. So I'm hoping it's going to stand as a symbol of what was and a symbol of what can be.
But today, one more matter of what was. The man who burned down this CVS for the world to see on April 27th, Raymond Carter, pleaded guilty to all of it Wednesday morning in a federal courtroom. Investigators had Carter on video lighting the fire. The deal is for 4 years in a federal prison, possibly very far away from Baltimore.
Baltimore's top cop calls him a model citizen.
But now, 24-year-old Kendall Fenwick is dead, one of the city's latest murder victims after taking on drug dealers on his street. ABC 2 News' Jeff Hager has more on the death. Jeff.
Well, Jamie, he was a father with 3 children, and he would stop at virtually nothing to protect them. In fact, police say Kendall Fenwick's last act before he was murdered may have saved their lives. A hardworking man providing for 3 children in this modest home in northwest Baltimore, 24-year-old Kendall Fenwick died protecting everything that meant the most to him.
Nobody could tell me why they would kill him, why they would do that to him, nothing.
Dominic Jarvis is pleading for answers now after the shooting that has left her 2 children without a father. On this day, the city's top cop, Police Commissioner Kevin Davis, would return to the scene of the crime to try to provide an answer.
Our victim, Mr. Fenwick, was protecting his community. He knew that there were drug dealers in this area and along this block. He, on his own, erected a fence to prevent them from going back and forth through his yard. That obviously didn't sit too well with these drug dealers.
On Monday evening, it appears Fenwick confronted those dealers in front of his home, and it cost him his life.
He was cooking for the kids. It was food on this. He told the children that it was firecrackers. They tried to, so they wouldn't, and my son heard him. They were in the closet. They heard him crying for help. Like, that's the worst thing in the world.
Setting aside any fear for his own life, police believe Fenwick's final act was to save the lives of those children.
Mr. Fenwick raises 3 children on his own in his house, and when he was chased by these cowardly killers, he chose not to run back in his house because the 3 kids were inside the house. So he ran around the side of the yard, and they caught up with them, and they executed him.
Look at his head. Dirty tail hat. I gotta give it to my son.
Now Jarvis clutches Fenwick's hat he was wearing in the final moments of his life, mindful that his death will take a huge toll on her children.
He worked his tail off to make sure that we was good and that we wasn't, you know, without, me and the children wasn't without anything. Like, and now we gone. And my children, like, are left without a dad.
His family says Fenwick was shot 8 times, and he died after paramedics transported him to Sinai Hospital.
Mayor Pugh is now signing the oath books as the 50th mayor of Baltimore City.